The swing case made by Undercover. I had been looking into buying this box for quite a while. I want to take that cross box off. I thought I'd start out by just buying the one. Wanted to be able to free up bed space height-wise. It's hard to get several sheets of plywood and sheetrock and other stuff under there when you're limited by the height of that. Plus my truck stands high enough that that toolbox is hard to get into from the side, and who wants to climb up and down the back. So anyway, this product is it's got a very heavy duty metal hinge here. Actually quite impressed with the amount of steel that they've got here. The hinge pins have a plastic coating, so they swing out real easy. You have this locking pin here, which uses the same key for the top. You have this little tab here, so if you wanted to put a padlock on there, which would make it to where you would not be allowed to swing it out, that's a neat feature. So you just grab a hold of this handle, pull it, and it swings out, and it will swing all the way out, pretty much even with the edge of the tailgate. I haven't seen a lot of videos where people reviewed, they pulled all their stuff out and showed you how deep it was, but they didn't show you just exactly how much stuff you can get in here. And this is why I mainly got it, because I wanted to be able to carry ratchet straps and a few other things. I would not advise that you carry anything heavier than that in there. It is made of plastic. Oh, I'd say it's not quite 1/4 inch, probably 3/16. It does seem to be fairly durable and somewhat flexible, which is probably good. It does have a lot of gussets. Here, there's these indentions on the side which serve as gussets, and then you have honeycomb underneath the bottom. So it does have support, even though it is made out of plastic. I'm hoping that it will be durable. So what I have in here, I've got all my terminals. I've got like 8 ratchet straps, 2-inch, 4-inch. I have booster cables. I have my hitch in the bottom. I have a tow strap. On the other side, we have this tray, which I have some miscellaneous items there. Pick that up, and below you have more storage off in this little nose. You do have this little divider here, and it sets, that tray sets right up here. So it sets about a good inch, maybe 3/4 to an inch higher than this. So if you had something that was kind of long, but it wasn't real thick, you could slide it all the way across to the end and have the full length of that. So I am disappointed it's made out of plastic, but the most disappointing thing is these hinges. These hinges are not riveted and they're not bolted. If you pull on it, it pops out. Not very secure. So all you have inside there, inside that slot, is like 2 little bumps of plastic that snap into those 2 little holes. So, not super secure. I wouldn't advise. I'll probably pop rivet mine in at some point. Would not advise that you carry anything too terribly valuable. It would not be hard to break into, but then again, if somebody really wants to get in and steal anything, including your vehicle, they'll find a way to do it. All in all, I like it. It's going to do what I want it to. It's going to serve my purpose, and that is to free up my bed. I like that it swings out quite a ways. And I want you to be aware, if you have a slide-in bed liner, you will be required to cut it. I don't believe this is covered in the description. So in order for this to mount, because the liner comes back at an angle this way, it won't butt all the way up. You'll have to cut that out. So I cut mine out and then welded it back in. And then this bracket, which serves as your hinge and support, mounts to this. So it's very sturdy. And what I don't understand is with this heavy duty of a hinge and heavy duty latch and everything, I don't understand why we made the box out of super light plastic, you know. But I mounted mine higher than what it called. It says it calls for it to bring it all the way to the floor. But I wanted to be able to get easier to my tie downs. So that's why I mounted mine higher, to more than enough room to get to it and more than enough room to cover to be below the bottom. I've already had some rain with it in, and it does seem to be waterproof. I didn't see any water in my toolbox at all. As you already know from the other videos, you pull this out and it'll slide up off its hinge, which was another feature I liked because I could easily remove it if I needed to get a load of dirt or a load of rock and I didn't want to damage my toolboxes. So all in all, I like it. I'm obviously going to keep it, and I may get a second one for the other side, but I just wanted to do a video that showed some of the things that I think are not the best about it. Mainly the material, and inside, on the other side, there is a metal plate that goes all the way across. So that's fairly sturdy back there, even though the hinge metal only comes this far. You still got a good metal backing, but I still wouldn't advise putting anything too terribly heavy in it. But if all you're going to do is throw ratchet straps, bungee cords, and booster cables and stuff like that in there, man, it'll serve its purpose. I do think it should be a little cheaper than what they're asking, considering the material they made it out of. So anyway, there you go. Have a good one.